It looked like the Seahawks at one point were going to catch and surpass the 49ers in the NFC West. The Seahawks were holding steady. The 49ers lost 3 in a row when they had some key guys injured. But last night, 31-13, the 49ers show that they are, in my opinion, and I get the question, okay, if you're going to say they're the best team in football, why aren't they number one in your power rankings? Well, because they've lost 3 games, because for them, what makes them great makes them susceptible to losing games. Because what makes them great is having players who have no fear whatsoever, no regard for their own safety or well-being. They will run through the wall. They will fight and scratch and claw for every last piece of real estate on a football field. And that effort for that extra little bit, that's what gets that last hit. That's what gets that injury. I remember that's what happened to Deebo Samuel when he got injured. You take Deebo Samuel out of the mix, you take Trent Williams out of the mix, all of a sudden the 49ers can't win games. So when they're healthy, they're the best team in the NFL. If they can somehow keep those guys healthy for the rest of the season, and more importantly, the postseason, there's no stopping them. But the problem is, and it can happen at any time because of the way they play. If I was a 49ers fan, I would be eating Tums, maybe nonstop, but definitely during the games, because every snap, you're like the parent watching your kid play football. Every snap, oh, is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay? Oh, he's okay. I went through that for years. Is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay? Oh, he's okay. And if you're a 49ers fan, you're doing that with Deebo Samuel. You're doing it with Christian McCaffrey. You're doing it with Brock Purdy. You're doing it with Trent Williams. You're doing it with Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. Is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay? Once those guys start getting injured, the team is not okay. The Seahawks are also not okay at this point. They've lost 2 in a row. They've been swept by the Rams. And when you look at the upcoming schedule, they're 6-5. They were 6-3 5 days ago, Sunday morning, getting ready to play the Rams. Here we are, 6-3. Ooh, we could be 8-3 by Black Friday. Nope, 6-5. That's the worst thing about short week football. On a Sunday morning, you know what? By Friday, we're either going to be really happy or we're going to be really pissed. Seahawks fans really pissed at 6-5, and the Cowboys are coming, and the 49ers again, and the Eagles. 6-5 can become 6-8. They've got 3 winnable games at the back end, and maybe 9-8 gets them the 7th seed. There's a lot of mediocrity when we get past the 49ers, Eagles, Cowboys, and Lions in the NFC. And obviously, one team from the NFC South is going to make it. But the last 2 playoff spots, the Seahawks could still lose the next 3 and win the final 3 and get in. But if they get in, let's say they make it as the 7th seed and they have to go to Philly or San Francisco. And I know any given Sunday, I know, but there is a separation between the best teams in the NFC and the rest. And your only chance to score an upset of the 2 seed is if the 2 seed takes you so lightly and is so focused on next week's game that they just, they get caught flat-footed and you can knock them out. But then you're just, I mean, do we really think so? And maybe it'll happen. Do we think someone other than the 49ers, Eagles, or Cowboys is going to be the Super Bowl representative this year? And I know the Lions are a feel-good story, but do you really think the Lions are going to navigate that playoff field and beat 2 of those 3 teams? Or maybe all 3 of them? There's a way they would face all 3 of them, though I don't think it's likely because the Lions are going to be the 3 seed if they win the division. But I just don't see it. Hey, the Lions could end up being the 6th seed and having to go on the road and play the likes of the 49ers or the Eagles earlier than later. Or they can have to, you know what this is shaping up as? This is looking like 3 times in 4 weeks, Vikings and Lions are going to be playing each other. That's what it's looking like. Week 16, week 18, and wild card round. Because as I said earlier, the winner of that division is going to be the 3 seed. The second place team is probably going to be the 6 seed. That's probably what's going to happen. It's going to be Lions, Vikings 3 times in 4 weeks. And back-to-back weeks, week 18 and wild card round. And they'll be playing in the spot of the team that ends up winning the division. That's kind of depressing. Because, do people really want to see that? Do people want to see a team play another team the same team 3 times in 4 weeks. I don't know. One last point. Well, one last point about the Seahawks, and then there's something I forgot to say about the Commanders-Cowboys game. Geno Smith's future with the Seahawks has to be considered as in doubt at this point because of the contract. Remember, this gets back to my point from earlier. The information robots are told 3 years, $105 million, and they spew that as if it's gospel. We get the real details and we explain, when you look at this contract, it's a 1-year deal. And then the Seahawks can move on with no penalty, no consequence. They just move on. They may. I don't know what they're going to do next year. But if they make the 7th seed and barely get in, or if they don't make the playoffs at all, they could move on from Geno Smith. They could. Don't know that they will, but they could. A lot of it depends upon what their other options are. But Geno Smith's time with the Seahawks could be over after this year. Keep an eye on that possibility.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.